All right. Hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is September 30th. Wow, the end of September already, 2023, or whatever day you're watching this video. Today's focus is going to be on hips, arms, back, a little bit of everything. And for props, you'll want your trusty chair, a strap, and 2 yoga blocks. Now, in this case, we're going to do the figure 4 progressive. You can use books, you can use a half round, something that will elevate your lower foot, or not. But we are going to start in the usual manner with legs up on a chair. This is our 7-minute static rest. 7 minutes with our legs up on a chair. What this does is it puts our lower back in traction. So if you're like me and you kind of ache down there sometimes, this is a good position to be in. Your hips are a few inches away from the chair. They're in neutral position, so you have a natural curve to your lower back. Your arms are wherever they're most comfortable. Some people might like them up in cactus. That will help maybe stretch them out a little. If you're not comfortable like that, put them at your side or out in a T, whichever works. Breathe normally. Bring yourself, your awareness, your presence into your room. I'm going to set my timer for 7 minutes. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, 7 minutes. Okay, time is up. Stay where you are. Now, if you choose, you can roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth that stretches your jawline. And we're going to slowly move our head from right to left 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. Just loosens up our cervical spine a little bit. Now, the next thing we're doing is we're all familiar with this vagus nerve reset. Excuse me. So your head is stationary and facing forward. All you're moving are your eyes. So you're going to start by moving your eyes to the right. And excuse me, I yawn right away because I do this a lot. So just move your eyes to the right. You're going to react with a yawn, a sigh, a swallow, or a gulp. We're trying to activate the vagus nerve that runs down each side of our skull. So move your eyes to the right, wait for that reaction. If you, like me, you've been doing it for a while, it may come right away. It may not. There's no right or wrong here. Everybody's different. And then eyes back to center, straight ahead. Now move just your eyes to the left. And again, wait for that sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. If you're ever feeling stressed or you can't sleep, sometimes I have insomnia, I will do this and it will help my body relax and go to sleep. So, and sometimes it takes a minute or so. It just depends. What we're doing is we're resetting our body. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to, at your own pace, do this 2 times on each side. So go ahead and finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. Now you can leave whatever you have under your head for support if you choose, or you can put a set of therapy balls, a sponge ball, Whatever feels good for you. Pardon me, my glasses keep fogging up. What we're doing is we're going to reverse text neck. We're always, if you're like me, you're always looking down at your phone, your computer, a book, newspaper, whatever. And we need to reverse that movement because our head is always forward. So the occipital ridge is that bony part between your ears, runs along your scalp line. We want to press that away from the body. Now, you can do this in pretty much any position. You can do it sitting. You can do it lying down. All you're doing is you're pressing that part of your neck just away from your body. So we're going to do this 3 or 4 times. So press, hold for just a minute, and then release. Press, hold, and release. Excuse me. In this action, you're also activating your vagus nerve. So you may feel a side swallow, yawn, or gulp. It's perfectly normal. Press, hold, and release. Press, hold, and release. And one last time. Press, hold, and release. This is actually a good thing to do maybe several times during the day if you look down a lot, and I do. So okay, so the breathing exercise today is Via's favorite. She's not here, she's in Spain having her honeymoon, but it's Viloma breathing. So in Viloma breathing, you take 3 separate sips of air. You take the first sip is fill up about 1/3 of your lungs, and then pause for a second, and then a second sip of air fills up a second third of your lungs, and pause, and then you fill up your lungs completely, and a normal exhale. So inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale all the way, hold, exhale. Again, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale. These breathing exercises are another way to relax the body, get it ready for movement. One more time. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale. Good job. All right. Now we're going to do vacuum next. You can keep yourself in this position if you choose, or you can move away from your couch or move your chair. And again, whatever position works for you. This is called center pose. This might work best for you doing the vacuum. I like to have my legs extended. It's a personal choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a normal inhale, and we're going to exhale everything out of our lungs. And at the same time, press your lower back to the floor. Press your belly button down to the floor. Hold your pelvis in that position. This is a pelvis floor strengthening. And we're going to count to 10 and then release. So we start by taking a normal inhale through the nose. And then exhale everything out of your lungs, everything through your mouth or your nose, doesn't matter. Push your lower back down, push your belly button down to the floor, hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Start breathing again. Give yourself a minute for your breath to come back to normal. Should take just a couple of breaths. We're going to do this 2 more times. So a normal inhale. And then just release everything out of your lungs. Press your lower back down. Press your belly button to the floor. Hold everything out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Inhale. Let your breath come back to normal. Give yourself a minute. These pelvic floor exercises are really good for urinary incontinence, fecal incontinence. As we age, and I'm not a young chicken anymore, our pelvic floor tends to loosen, and we have these issues. So this is a really good thing to do every day. So one last time, normal inhale to fill up your lungs. And then exhale everything out. Press your lower back against the floor. Press your belly button down. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Bring your breath back to normal. Takes a couple of breaths. All right. What else do I have on my list? Windshield wipers. Okay, since we're down here, go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your feet up about hip width, shoulder width apart. We're going to do windshield wipers for, I don't know, 40 seconds or so. So you're not coming all the way to the floor. You're going maybe half down. We're moving slowly, just kind of warming up our hips. Maybe hip edge to hip edge. Not going real fast. If you feel a twinge, and stop there and go in the other direction. And everybody's going to have a different range of movement. We're just kind of warming ourselves up. Okay. Now take a block. Can be any size you want. And put it between your knees. Now, in this case, your knees are going to be closer than they were, and your feet are going to be further apart. And we're going to take another 40 seconds. And windshield wiper. Now, this will restrict your movement. Just keep that block between your knees. And back and forth. Again, slowly. Okay. Good job. Remove the block. Now this time, your feet are probably as wide as your mat. I have short legs, and so, yeah, my feet are as wide as the mat, still on the mat. We're going to do wide leg windshield wipers. This time, your hip's going to come up off the floor, and that's okay. That's what we want. We're working our way up. So bring your knees down as far as is comfortable. Now, if this is hard on your hip or your legs anywhere, don't go all the way down. If it hurts, don't do it all the way, but go as far as you can without pain. No pain, no strain. And again, everybody's range of motion is going to be different. So just do your own thing here. Okay. That went by fast. All right. So come on up to sitting. Take your time. All righty. We're going to do our regular side bend and rotations that we do to warm up. So side bend with lat stretch. Excuse me, my eyes water and then my glasses fog up. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start on your left or your right, whichever works for you. Oops. Hit my stopwatch instead of my timer. Okay, so hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Keep both sits bones on the floor at this point. Just be aware of where you're feeling the stretch. I feel it all the way down my side. This is a good wake up stretch. Now take that upper arm and lower it until it's parallel to the floor. This will change where you feel it. Just be aware. Should be feeling it under your arm, down your back. We're stretching the latissimus dorsi. It's the longest muscle above the waist. Okay. Arm up, torso up. Other side. Hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over, keeping both hip bones, sits bones on the floor. Just breathe into the stretch. You can exhale and see if you can stretch a little bit more. Now lower that arm, that upper arm, until it's parallel and reach for that corner. Again, breathe into the stretch. Inhale, exhale, stretch a little bit more. Okay, arm up, torso up. Good job. Let's switch our legs. We don't want to sit in one position too long. Now we're going to do the thoracic rotation. So again, this is a 40-second hold. So left hand on right knee. Your right arm is behind you. It's support. So you're on your fingertips, spider fingers. And we're going to hold this position. Rotate your shoulders so they face the narrow side of your mat. We hold this for 40 seconds. This is good for our upper back. It's an upper back stretch. It's also a bone building stretch. Now you can move your head from right to left if you choose, or you can move your torso. Don't do both at once, just one at a time, or you can just enjoy this stretch. Just be aware of where you're feeling this. Okay, come on around. We'll do the other side. So right hand on left knee, left arm behind you on your fingertips. That's your support. Move your shoulders so they're parallel to the narrow side of your mat. And remember your options. I like this stretch. It just feels good. Okay, come on around. Good job. Let's switch again, just for the fun of it. Okay, now this next movement is also a rotation, so it's a little different. We're going to put our hands behind our head, fingers touching, or you can lace them if you choose. So we're sitting upright straight. This helps us keep our posture when we're in this position. We're going to rotate to the right. We're going to come back forward, and then we're going to rotate to the left. However, there's a breathing pattern in this as well. So when you are rotating to the right, you want to exhale. And then inhale when you come forward. And then exhale when you rotate to the left. And inhale when you come forward. The breathing pattern actually helps with the stretch. So again, we're going to do this for 40 seconds. So hands behind your head, your back is straight. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, exhale, turn to the front. Inhale, exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, exhale, turn to the front. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. Inhale, exhale, turn to the front. Inhale, exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, exhale, turn to the front. Very good. So doing it with breath helps me with my movement. I don't know how you felt about that, but you can think about that. So now we're going to do some standing. So find yourself a wall or a doorway or something solid to stand against. I need to do some production work here real quick. So I have a small room and I want you to be able to see me. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the back bend at the wall. So we are standing with our back against the wall, our feet maybe 3 or 4 inches away from the wall. We're going to come up with our arms and put our palms on the wall and hold that for 40 seconds. So up we go. Palms on the wall. Try to keep your elbows as close to your head as possible. If you have shoulder issues, they may be out. That's okay. But try to keep them as close to your head as you can. And if you'll notice, my chest is expanded, my hips are back. So we are holding this position for 40 seconds. It's a good back stretch. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Okay, come on down. I have a window right there. And we're now going to do a spine twist at the wall. So let me need to adjust just a little here. There we go. So we start on the right side, right foot forward, wall's right here, left foot back, elbows at your sides, hands up. We'll rotate and put our palms on the wall, again, holding it for 40 seconds. So here we go. Now I try to make sure my hands are even with each other. And you can move your head from right to left if you choose. Or again, you can just enjoy the stretch. Be aware of where you're feeling this. It's a great rotation. Right, come on around. Good job. Now we'll do the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. The foot that's forward is the one that's closest to the wall. It's a good way to remember it. Come on now. Elbows at your side, palms up, rotate. Palms on the wall. Now again, you can move your head from right to left. Don't move it up and down in this position if you choose. Or you can just be static and just be aware of where you're feeling this and be aware that you're doing some bone building right here in your spine. That's why we hold these positions. Okay, come on around. Good job. Now, for the third in this triplet, you'll want to take a brick, preferably a thick one. If you don't have a thick one, that's okay. And we're going to stand on it, holding onto the wall. But, excuse me, we're going to stand on the brick and swing our leg gently and slowly. This is a hip opener. Sometimes when I'm walking and I feel a tightness in my hips, I'll stop, I'll step on a curb and I'll do this. So again, for 40 seconds. So one foot on the brick, the other one is dangling. And just gently, it's not really an exercise, it's more of a traction. We're using the weight of the leg to loosen up the hip. So we're just kind of letting it dangle. And gently swinging it back and forth. This is actually really good for joints when you do this. You can do this for your knees as well. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to do the other side. Now I'm not going to turn around, but you can turn around and do your other side. Put your other foot on the brick. And let the other leg dangle. Now I mentioned you can do this for your knees. I have a friend who has trouble with her knees, and what she has found is if she sits on something high, like a bar stool, where your feet don't touch the floor and you let your knees dangle and swing just a little. You're not really swinging them, you're just kind of letting them dangle. It helps loosen up her knees. So it's a way of traction, using the weight of the limb to help with the joint. Okay, that's it right there. So back to the mat. I need to move my computer again. So I believe we are doing, hold on 1 second here. I have to plug everything back in. Yes, we're going to do the leg stretch. So you'll want your strap. Now, if you can, you want to have your foot on a wall. If you don't have a wall handy that you can do that with, that's okay. You can do this without. But a closed end leg stretch, you get the most out of it. I only have a part of a wall, so I have to be careful how I line my mat up. But basically, you've got your legs extended. You've got 1 foot on the wall with your toes pointed towards the ceiling, heels on the floor like you're standing on the wall. And then you take your strap and you hook it around your other leg. Now, when you're holding this strap, you're not stretching your arms. You're going to relax your shoulders, elbows on the floor. This is a leg stretch, not an arm stretch. If your leg is slightly bent, that's okay. It's whatever works for you. But the idea is that you're going to gently pull your leg back. You're going to be stretching your hamstrings, the back of your thigh. So we're going to be gently pulling the leg back and holding it. This is a 40-second hold. So back we go, just as far as it's comfortable. If you feel your legs start to cramp, loosen up on it. But this is a really good stretch for the hamstring, back of the thigh. And again, if you'll notice, I'm not moving my leg as high as I could because I'm trying to get that stretch in. Now, not everybody has, again, the same range of motion. So just when you feel that pull on your hamstring, that's when you stop. Okay, it's 40 seconds. Now take both straps in one hand. If it's your right leg, it's your right hand. And we're going to pull the leg to the right. Now, again, it depends how far you go. It depends on your range of movement. Everybody's different. So just go as far as you can. If it's only this far, that's fine. Just go as far as you can to the right. Your other arm is extended in the other direction. Your foot is solidly on the wall. So we just go as far as we can in that direction and hold it. Okay. So that's 40 seconds. Now we're going to go the other direction. We're going to move the leg over to the left. Now we have options here. We are going to shift our hips. So this right hip is going to come up and the foot is going to rotate on the wall. So you might want to just, I needed to adjust my hip and move it. So my side of my foot is now on the wall. Toes are pointing to the left. Leg is coming over, hip is coming up. Now you can either have your arm in the same direction as your leg, or you can rotate and have it behind you, whichever works for you. And now the leg is coming all the way to the left. Now you can find something to rest it on if you choose, or you can bring it down to the floor, or wherever it ends up. that's where you are and that's where you belong. So it's a different kind of a stretch. I feel it in my hip here. All right. So that's 40 seconds there. Now we're going to do the other foot. So again, make sure that your foot is solidly on the wall, toes towards the ceiling, and elbows on the floor, shoulders on the floor, and leg is as straight as is comfortable for you. So go ahead and pull that leg back. You may feel the tightness, the stretch in your hamstrings, the back of your thighs. I like this stretch because my hamstrings get really tight. Your leg may be slightly bent. That's okay. It's whatever works for you. And holding this, holding this, holding this. There we go. Okay. Now, both straps in your left hand. And 40 seconds. And we're going to bring that leg over to the left. Now, even if you just go this far, that's okay. Everybody's different. Just go as far as you can without straining yourself. We don't want to pull a muscle. Again, everybody's different. Just come down as far as you can. You can rest it on a brick, or a pile of towels, or a pillow, if that makes you feel better. Side of your chair, whatever works for you. You're keeping this opposite hip down on the floor. Okay, that's 40 seconds. Up we go. Now we're going to go to the other side. So I need to shift my hips, and your foot now rests with the side of the foot on the floor. Your left hip is coming up, the leg is coming over as far as is comfortable. Again, you can find something to rest it on. This hip is coming up. Arm is either same direction as the leg or extended back for a twist. And here we go. This is leg stretch 3. Okay. So come on up. And that's the leg stretch series. Okay. Well, as usual, we're running out of time before I'm running out of movements. So I'm not sure that we're actually going to get to the figure 4 progression. I think what we're going to do instead of that, excuse me, I just need to make some notes. We're going to do a couple of sideline poses. So you want to have something under your head for support. Could be a brick, could be a rolled up blanket or towel or something. So we want to get into a sideline position. Now, whatever you have under your head, you want to make sure that your head is level, that it's not like this and it's not like this. We don't want to mess with our necks. I have whiplash in my neck and arthritis. I don't like messing with it. So we're just going to do a couple of sideline exercises. This is for the shoulders. So we're going to do arm circles. And we're going to do them 30 seconds in each direction. So start by going back. And again, we're not moving fast, we're moving slowly because we want to get that full rotation of that ball and socket joint in the shoulder. So make that circle as wide as is comfortable for you. And if you'll notice, your hand rotates as you go around. There you go. When we're going slow, it tends to go fast. Now we're going to go in the other direction for 30 seconds. So forward. And I can just feel that rolling around in the ball and socket joint. Even if it's just about 3 rotations, if you're moving slow enough, you're doing a lot of good for that shoulder strength there. Okay, good job. Now we're going to work on the legs. We did this previously. We're going to start, our knees are bent, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, knees are stacked, ankles are stacked. So the upper leg comes out as much of a 90-degree angle from the body as possible. If you can't extend it forward as much, that's okay, just as much as you can. And then point and flex and point and flex, and then come back and lower the leg, and then raise it, straighten it, point and flex, and point and flex, point, flex, bend the leg, come down again. One more time. Up, straight, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, bend, and down. Okay. The next movement is straightening that upper leg and pulling it behind you. This is a very, it's a subtle movement. You're not going to be able to like touch the wall behind you or anything, but just behind you, you might want to pulse it 4 or 5 times. If you're like me, you can feel this in your hip and then bring it back. And then straighten it again, put it behind you, pulse it, or hold it, and then bring it back. And one more time. Straighten it, bring it behind you, pulse it, or hold it, and bring it back. Okay, that's enough for that side. Let's go to the other side. You can just roll over. I'm gonna rotate so you can see what I'm doing. Again, we're in position, shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees stacked, ankles stacked. We're going to start with the arm circles. Coming back. Via's right. This is the best position for arm circles. It really is. It gives you the most support and you have the most range of motion. So of course she's right. I can just feel that moving around in that in a second. Okay. Now the other direction. Oops, 30 seconds. Okay, good job. Now we're going to do arm legs. So again, we'll start with the leg forward. We straighten it, extend it, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, bend and return, lift, straighten, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, bend, and return. One more time. Up, straight, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, bend, and return. Okay. Now the other direction, straighten the leg out, bring it back. Pulse if you choose, or just hold it. And bring it back to where it was. And straighten again. Bring it back. Pulse a few times. And return. And one last time. Straighten the leg. Bring it back. Pulse a few times. There we go. Okay. I think that's enough for today, don't you? Let's go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. Find yourself a comfortable position. Make sure that you are either warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. Might want to put something over your eyes. Or a blanket if you're a little cool. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation. I'm going to mention these points. I want you to draw your attention to them without moving any part of your body. Let's begin with your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out of their vent. Stretch your arms above your head. Stretch one side and the other. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. Straighten that leg out. And take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. And straighten that leg out. Now pull up both knees to your chest. Hold them and gently and slowly rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your lower back. When you're ready, go ahead and roll towards the camera using your lower arm as a pillow. This is our gratitude minute. We're going to take a minute here to rest and reflect on what we're grateful for. I know I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful you could come and move with me today. I'm grateful that I can move. The more we move, the more we're able to move. So just think about what you're grateful for today. Now, when you're ready, come on up to a sitting position. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands to your heart. Let's press those hands together. Feel some of that shoulder work we did. I can feel it when I do that. Oh, and then loosen. I want to thank you all for joining me today. And before we end the class, let's wish ourselves a day of happiness and joy and peace, which is sometimes hard to find in this world. So I wish happiness, joy, and peace for you. And let's end the class by saying namaste.
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 Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. That was great.
Oh, you're welcome. Good, good, good.
Thank you.